Hey, hello there. So I'm going to talk about today's Leetcoding challenge question. It's called Ransom node. So the question is as follows. We have an arbitrary Ransom node string and another string containing all the letters from the magazines. And we want to write a function to determine whether we can construct the Ransom node using the letters we have in the magazine. So it's a true and false question. I guess this is just the letters in the magazine can be used only once in the Ransom node. That's because when we cut the letter from the magazine, it's gone. So then we paste that letter onto the piece of paper to form the message. I guess to avoid the handwritten, being recognized by the police. So it makes sense in this kind of settings. So the solution is quite simple. We're gonna convert the string, magazine string, into a hash map, with the keys being the characters and the value being the number of times that we can use it, the maximum number of times we can use it, which is equivalent to the number of times that the letter appeared in the magazines. And then we're gonna do one pass through the Ransom node, and for every letter we're gonna check whether we can use one. We have enough letters in the magazine to cover that. If we find a violation along the iteration through the node, we can return false early. Otherwise, we will, when we finish the processing the Ransom node, we can return true in the end. So that's pretty much the solution. It's a pretty elementary algorithm question, testing the usage of hash maps. So the time complexity is the length of the Ransom node plus the length of the magazine string. So that's those two added together. And for space, it's the number of unique characters in the magazine. So that's the time and space. So it's pretty simple. We're gonna create a hash map, which is a character to integer, the frequency count for the characters in the magazine string. Let's call it character frequency, and we're just gonna, for all the characters, we're just gonna increment its frequency count in this hash map. And then we go through the node just once. Oh, my input message is popping up. So here the logic is that, of course, we want to decrement the frequency count because we used that letter at least once for forming the Ransom node. So we want to actually decrement this, but we want to test whether we have enough before we do the decrementation. So if either we don't have that character, that's or if we have it but we just don't have enough, which means that we have 0, then we just return false. If we successfully forming the Ransom node by character by character, we get a piece of character from the magazine and use that to form the Ransom node. If we can successfully done that, we can return true. So this is the code. It's pretty simple. Let's see the test cases. This is false, this is true, this is true again. Okay, yeah, it seems okay. It's kind of slow today, the website. Yeah, so that's the question. Pretty simple.